Buildings that have developed cracks and are badly damaged in Uttarakhand's Joshimath will be demolished soon. Today, however, locals protested and stalled the demolitions. Tearful residents evacuated their homes. Even more worryingly, the crisis does not appear to be limited to just Joshimath now. A town 90 kilometers downhill has developed several cracks as well.
A massive angry crowd stopping the demolition of these Joshimath hotels that are tilting towards each other as a worrying situation unfolds in Joshimath, the sacred Uttarakhand town, where massive cracks have appeared in multiple buildings and even roads.
ये पूरा एरिया जो सिंक कर रहा है उसके कारण से ये एक दूसरे के करीब आ गए और टिल्ट कर गए एक दूसरे पर। इनका डिमोलिश करना इसलिए ज़रूरी है क्योंकि इनके नीचे भी कई घर हैं और कई होटल हैं, तो ये अगर ये और सिंक करता है और कहीं ज़्यादा सिंक कर गया तो ये होटल कभी भी गिर सकता है।
जनहित में तोड़ा जाना चाहिए, जबकि मेरे होटल में तो आंशिक दरारें हैं, बिल्कुल होटल बिल्कुल सॉलिड है, लेकिन जहां जनता की बात है तो उसके लिए तोड़ लीजिए, कम से कम मुझे नोटिस दिया जाना चाहिए।
But it is not just these hotels. The Uttarakhand government says a total of 723 homes are in danger as of now, and people have been shifted from 131 homes so far. Stung by mounting criticism of how the Joshimath situation has gone out of hand, the government dispatched Junior Defence Minister Ajay Bhatt, an Uttarakhand politician, to meet locals and firefight.
लोगों ने गाड़ी कमाई से अपने मकान बनाए थे और उसके बाद आज छोड़ना पड़ रहा है, मजबूरी है। जान माल की सुरक्षा हमारी प्राथमिकता है। स्वयं प्रधानमंत्री जी मिनट की खबर ले रहे हैं।
For Joshimath residents, the cost of saving the sinking town is a personal tragedy, with many having to vacate homes built with years of hard work.
मेरी शादी हो गई थी 19 साल में, मेरी माँ को इस समय 80 साल हैं। भैया लोग मेरे, एक भैया बड़ा भैया मेरा टीचर है।
तो कितने सालों से घर है आपका ये?
हमारी ये घर 60 सालों से है।
60 साल से
जी।
लेकिन 60 साल का जो आशियाना था वो
एक पल में खत्म हो गया।
The unfolding disaster does not appear to be limited to Joshimath. 90 kilometers away in Karnaprayag, residents of one locality, Bahuguna Nagar, have flagged these massive cracks that have appeared in at least 50 homes in the last few months. It is not clear why these cracks have developed. The Uttarakhand government says it will investigate.
Demolition could not take place in Joshimath today because hotel owners and locals have protested, saying that without any prior notice, teams of SDRF, NDRF had reached on the spot for demolition. Now, administration has assured them that their hotels and houses will not be bulldozed. They will be demolished manually. In Joshimath, with Pawan Kumar Saurabh Shukla for NDTV.
We'll get you more on this story as it develops over the next few days. Now, in a horrific story from Bengaluru, a woman and her 2-year-old son died while her husband and daughter were injured after an under-construction metro pillar fell on their two-wheeler this morning. The couple and their twin children were passing through the stretch on their bike when the iron pillar crashed on them. Furious locals held protests in the area while the Chief Minister has promised a probe.
A family torn apart after this major Bengaluru accident where reinforcement iron rods from an under-construction metro pillar crashed on 28-year-old Tejaswini, a software engineer, and her 2.5-year-old son, Vihan, who were travelling on a scooter when the accident happened.
So वो 10:15 को मेरे को फोन आया मेरे बेटे से, ऐसा एक्सीडेंट हुआ है करके, लेकिन मैं एक्सीडेंट से मामूली पड़े रहेंगे स्कूटर से करके मेरे ख्याल था, फिर भी लेकिन तुम जल्दी आओ करके मेरा बड़ा बेटा हो, वो बहू 2 बच्चे लेकर स्कूल को छोड़कर वो मान्यता टेक पर करके उधर ऑफिस है, उसी में वो कैंपस में वो बच्चों का भी स्कूल है, वो छोड़ के ऑफिस जा रहे थे।
This CCTV footage from an area in the vicinity of the accident site shows the accident taking place and traffic coming to a standstill. The big question, who is responsible for the collapse? Bengaluru Metro statement on pillar tragedy. In a statement, the Bengaluru Metro Rail Corporation said, notice issued to contractor and concerned engineers, and that an internal technical team will assist Top Science Institute IISc requested to investigate. Internal technical team to help in probe. The Metro Corporation has also announced support of rupees 20 lakhs for family of the deceased.
Collapsed probably because of some structural issues. So we have taken up a case, we are investigating, and we have also asked for expert advice regarding the reason for this collapse, and we will take necessary action.
Structural stability we have already inspected. So as far as the concrete work is concerned, there is absolutely no problem in that.
So we are reporting from that very accident spot. This particular structure that you see right here, those metal rods, which is a reinforcement cage, which is, actually kept surrounding this particular metro pillar. Now that particular reinforcement cage gave away, one of the metal rods gave away, and that is why this metro pillar in fact collapsed, came crashing down. The collapse led to a war of words between the opposition Congress and the BJP government.
This is the quality of 40% commission Sarkar. When they give 40% commission, what quality they can give? There is no quality. This is the 40% commission. This is the root cause. This is the face of the commission.
The quality is top-notch. The structural stability cannot be questioned, claims the Bengaluru Metro, even as 2 young lives have been lost. Along this particular phase 3 of the project, we see there are 50 more pillars that are going to come up. Again, the question remains, how many of them are structurally safe? In Bengaluru, with Kumar, Shrija for NDTV.
In one of the more bizarre aviation stories, the aviation regulator, the DGCA, has slammed Go First for forgetting 55 passengers in Bengaluru and taking off for Delhi without them. A show cause notice has been issued to the airline. Meanwhile, Go First has apologized, calling it an inadvertent mistake. The vigilante groups armed with rifles have been stationed in Rajouri of Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu's village defense groups have got together with new weapons. Vigilantes are armed to defend against terror attacks. Security forces have trained village defense groups.
A massive exercise to arm villagers with new weapons in Rajouri. At Dangri village, where terrorists attacked Hindu families, vigilante groups known as village defense groups are given SLRs to defend themselves against terrorist attacks. Rajesh Kumar, an ex-serviceman, is among dozens of new vigilantes who have been given a semi-automatic rifle instead of a .303 rifle, which is the main weapon allotted to VDGs.
मैं बीडीसी बनने के लिए तैयार हूँ, बीडीसी बड़े रेज हो जा रहा हूँ, मैं वैसे ही वेपन है, हम फिर भी गांव की प्रोटेक्शन, सेल्फ की नहीं, हम तो गांव की प्रोटेक्शन करने के तैयार हैं। अगर हम देश की कर सकते हैं तो गांव तो हमारे लिए बिल्कुल छोटी सी चीज है।
This man, Dheeraj Sharma, who is the BJP Sarpanch of Dangri, is playing a key role to identify and enroll new village defense guards. The Dangri Panchayat already has 70 village guards with .303 rifles. After terror attacks on January 1st, many more are queuing up for guns being distributed by the administration.
DDC के कारण ही मिलिटेंसी के ऊपर अंकुश लगेगा। घर घर में जब वेपन होंगे और हमारे सीसीटीवी कैमरा जो है 500 हमने जो सेट जो है ऑर्डर हमने अभी दे दिया। यहाँ पे 18 कंपनी छोड़कर आप यहाँ पे 180 कंपनी लगा दो, लेकिन 18 कंपनी लगाओगे घर घर तो नहीं बैठेंगे।
Security agencies have also stated training sessions for villagers to serve as a line of defense against terrorism. At the Kutranka area of Rajouri, a dozen vigilantes are being trained by the CRPF and their weapons are being checked for firing sessions.
अभी हमारी तैनाती श्रीनगर से जो लेटेस्ट इंसिडेंट हुए हैं
उसके चक्कर में यहाँ पे राजौरी में हमें यहाँ नई पोस्टिंग दी गई है। और साथ में हमें ये भी टास्क दिया गया है कि जो यहाँ के VDC मेंबर हैं, जो विलेज सुरक्षा समिति के मेंबर हैं, तो उनको हम ट्रेन भी कर सकें ताकि अगर आवश्यकता पड़ती है तो ये भी विपरीत स्थिति में रिटेलिएट कर सकते हैं।
There are 28,000 VDGs in the Jammu region and many more are queuing up for weapons. Yesterday, panic gripped Rajouri after vigilante opened fire due to a suspicious moment.
It is a massive exercise of arming villagers and training them to defend against militant attacks. And as the vigilante groups are back in the forefront, giving them automatic rifles without any institutional control remains a concern. In Srinagar, Nazir Masoodi, Finally TV.
Already reeling under the intense cold wave since the beginning of this year, the national capital is braving through a thick fog today as dense to extremely dense fog conditions gripped northern parts of the country with less than 100-meter visibility. As many as 40 flights scheduled to take off from Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport were delayed because of dense fog.
Delhi's intense cold wave is now the longest cold spell in a decade as per the Met Department, with 5 straight days of very low temperatures, the most after 2013. This has affected the homeless badly, despite government efforts at providing shelter.
We know because the Delhi peak is January actually, not peak in India, North India, the peak winter is January, well known. So once the WD brings fresh rain and snow, after it moved on around 13th night or 14th, so there may be a fresh, spell of all cold, but we have not given any indication. We are just monitoring it.
After the hilly areas receive rain and snow, Delhi may get windy and warmer, and there might be some respite from the cold wave. However, the peak season is till the end of January. The problems from the cold wave have been compounded by the blinding fog. There was another fog delay at the Delhi airport this morning, with visibility dropping to nearly zero. Over 40 flights were delayed in Delhi, with at least 35 trains also running late.
न्यूज़ में बाकी चल रहा था कि आजकल काफ़ी ट्रैफिक है और वो है, मतलब एयरपोर्ट पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा वो है, तो उसकी वजह से हम पहले लोकल फ्लाइट पे तो थोड़ा लेट आते हैं, लेकिन अभी हम 3 घंटा पहले ही आ गए ताकि कोई प्रॉब्लम ना आए, तो वो थोड़ा सा वो हो गया कि थोड़ा डिले और वो प्लान हो.
As the national capital wakes up to the blinding fog conditions this morning, the operations of some flight seems to get out of the gear. The plunging air quality in Delhi and the adjoining areas reduces the visibility levels to its minimum. People here at the Delhi airport have to wait for long hours to board their flight in the chilly winter.
With Akshat Gupta in New Delhi, Bureau Report, NDTV.
Moving on to some other news, Supreme Court Collegium has recommended names of judges for Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Guwahati, Bombay and Manipur High Courts. I have my colleague Arvind with me at this hour to talk more about this story. Arvind, how many names have been recommended by Supreme Court Collegium, and when can one expect the names to be cleared by the government?
Vika, the Supreme Court Collegium headed by Chief Justice of India Chandrachud has recommended almost 9 names for almost 5 high courts across the country for appointment as judges to various high courts of these 5 high courts. So all these 9 names have been recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium to the central government, and if you could see all these 9 names, most of them are judicial officers who have been elevated to the high courts, and what is being told is that all these names were recommended by the Supreme Court Collegium on its meeting dated January 10th, and all these names have been forwarded to the central government. And what we are being told is that earlier the central has clearly told the Supreme Court that they will be adhering to the timeline that has been prescribed by the Supreme Court based on its judgment. So Supreme Court Collegium has recommended all these 9 names, and what we are being told is that very soon the centre will be receiving all these names, and we can expect the centre to clear all these names as soon as possible. Almost 104 names are already pending with the centre, and what we are being told is that by this weekend we can expect the centre to clear all those names that are already pending, but also these 9 names will also be cleared as soon as possible.
Right, we will follow that story closely with you.